By the end of this video, you will learn how to design the perfect pickleball drilling session, one that actually mimics real match play, pushes your reactions to the limit, and builds every skill that matters from kitchen control to lightning-fast hands. Most players spend hours doing random drills that don't really translate into better performance, but in this session, we'll break down 6 game-style drills that combine control, timing, resets, and pressure so you can take your practice sessions to a whole new level. Let's start with the first and most important drill, controlling the kitchen line. This one gives you the biggest improvement for the least time invested. Here's how it works. You and your partner stand toe-to-toe at the kitchen line and play a game of straight-ahead dinks, just like a real match, but without all the slow build-up of serving and returning. By cutting out those extra steps, you get right into the meat of the action, the part of the rally that actually decides who wins points. The key here is to stay balanced. Move your opponent around and take as many balls out of the air as you can. That's what allows you to control the line. When the right opportunity comes, speed the ball up with precision, not panic. The reason this drill is so powerful is that it simulates the exact exchanges you face in high-level play, forcing you to stay ready, anticipate attacks, and counter right away. As you get comfortable, you'll notice that your ability to hold the line improves dramatically because you stop waiting for perfect setups and start dictating points from up close. The second drill is designed to train one of the most under-practiced areas of pickleball, covering the middle. Here's how it works. Your partner feeds you a dink cross-court, and after you return it, they'll suddenly speed up the ball through the middle. Your job is to react fast and stay compact without stepping back. Most players instinctively retreat when the pace increases, but that's the biggest mistake you can make. When you move backward, your timing breaks down and the ball often dumps into the net. Instead, you want to stay level with the kitchen line and step laterally, not backward. Keep your swing small, firm, and controlled, meeting the ball early with your paddle out in front. Once you've got that rhythm down, increase the speed so it feels more like a live game exchange. To make it tougher, vary the placement. Have your partner dink one wide and then attack the next through the center. This forces you to recover, reset your stance, and react in real time. It's chaotic, but that's exactly what makes it so valuable. By drilling this way, you start anticipating middle attacks instinctively, one of the biggest separators between 4.0 players and pros. The next drill shifts from offense to defense, resetting under pressure. Resets are one of the most missed shots among intermediate players because people tend to rush or panic when they're pushed off the line. Here's how to fix that. One player stays at the kitchen line while the other works from midcourt or the baseline, practicing resets until they can land them softly and consistently. The goal is to feel completely relaxed. You're not trying to force the ball forward or block it stiffly. You're letting it melt into the paddle and drop gently into the kitchen. In matches, players often overswing out of nerves, which pops the ball up and gives the opponent a free winner. But when you practice this way, you learn to stay calm and trust your paddle face. Once you've mastered that rhythm, add progression. On every third reset, switch your mindset from defensive to offensive. The moment you notice your opponent's shot floating a little too high, transition forward and retake the kitchen. This teaches your brain how to switch gears, to recognize when it's time to defend and when to attack. Next comes one of the most fun but challenging drills, the cross-court dinking battle. You and your partner rally diagonally, keeping the ball alive while moving each other around. To make it interesting, you can turn it into a mini game to 5 points with a twist. If you hit the ball into the net, your score resets to 0. That pressure forces you to focus on consistency instead of just surviving. The real purpose of this drill is to build mental endurance. At the lower levels, rallies rarely last beyond 5 shots, but when you can sustain 20+ dinks without losing form or patience, you immediately gain an edge. You're not just improving touch, you're strengthening your composure. Pay special attention to your footwork during this drill. When your opponent pulls you wide, Don't shuffle awkwardly after the ball. Instead, cut it off at an angle using your lead foot to reach the shot early. This keeps you balanced and neutralizes your opponent's advantage. Most players lose points here because they chase the ball instead of moving efficiently. Proper footwork allows you to stay in control even when stretched, bringing the rally back to neutral. Now let's put everything together with a competitive game-style drill called 7-11. One player starts at the baseline, while the other begins at the kitchen line. The baseline player feeds the ball, hits a drop, and must stay back until after their second shot. Only then can they approach the net. The kitchen player already has positional advantage, so to balance things out, the baseline player wins the game by reaching 7 points before the kitchen player reaches 11. This format trains both sides of the game, attacking from the front and defending from the back. The baseline player must hit smart drops and fourth shot drives that apply pressure without rushing in recklessly. Meanwhile, the kitchen player focuses on keeping the opponent pinned and punishing anything high. The most common mistake during this drill is applying pressure at the wrong time, trying to crush the ball when you're still out of position, or being too passive when your opponent is struggling. The key is reading each shot's context. When your opponent's on defense, step in and apply pace. When they're solidly set, focus on depth and control. By mixing offense and patience strategically, you start to feel that rhythm pros have, the ability to sense when to attack and when to wait. Every drill session should end with one focused on hand speed. The best one for that is what I call the Dead-Dink counter drill, and I swear, this is the single reason my reaction time improved more than anything else. Here's how it works. Your partner and you start with normal dinking, but you intentionally feed them a softball Dead-Dink that barely bounces. They can speed it up anywhere, to your forehand, backhand, or to body, and you must react instantly, keeping your swing compact and your paddle steady. This drill conditions your reflexes because you can't predict where the next attack is coming from. You learn to read subtle cues, the opponent's paddle angle, shoulder turn, and body lean, and prepare for a counter. If you make this a consistent part of your sessions, your hands will get noticeably faster within weeks. At the end of the day, all of these drills only matter if you approach them with purpose. Drilling isn't about going through motions. It's about turning practice into instinct. When you repeat these scenarios, controlling the kitchen, countering the middle, resetting under pressure, and reacting to attacks, you're programming your body to respond automatically during real matches. One of my favorite sayings is, "You can do serious things while having fun." That's exactly what good drilling is. It's disciplined, but it's not rigid. You can laugh, compete, and still sharpen your skills every minute you're on the court. By practicing this way, you'll notice your game evolving quickly. You'll feel more confident holding the line, steadier under pressure, and sharper in your decision-making. So grab a friend, head to the court, and try running through these 6 drills in order. Keep it competitive, stay loose, and remember, drilling is where greatness starts.